Standing together, America, Germany and France joined Britain in blaming Russia for the Salisbury nerve agent attack. Good evening and welcome to the BBC News at 6. President Trump has joined France, Germany and the United Kingdom today in issuing a joint statement laying the blame for the Salisbury nerve agent attack firmly on Russia. Crucially, the statement said that the first offensive use of a nerve agent in Europe since World War II was an assault on British sovereignty, and there was no plausible alternative explanation other than that Russia was responsible. Today, Theresa May went to Salisbury and spoke to the police officer who's still seriously ill in hospital after trying to help Sergei and Yulia Skripal. Russia continues to deny any involvement. James Landau reports. Thousands of people are fleeing Syria's rebel-held enclave of eastern Ghouta as government forces step up their offensive. Doctors there have sent out desperate messages saying they're overwhelmed by the number of casualties. President Assad's forces have now retaken large parts of eastern Ghouta, the last rebel stronghold near the capital, Damascus. Our Middle East editor Jeremy Bowen's report contains some distressing scenes. A man has been sentenced to at least 30 years in jail for stabbing to death the daughter of his ex-partner at an Aldi supermarket in Skipton in West Yorkshire. The Anglo-Dutch consumer company Unilever, the third biggest firm in the UK, has denied Brexit is a factor in its decision to base its new headquarters in Rotterdam rather than London. The police investigation into the deaths of 71 people who died in the Grenfell Tower blaze have revealed that a fire door taken from the building has failed a fire test. It held back flames for just 15 minutes. It should have held them back for 30. Survivors of the fire have called the revelations shocking. Tom Simons reports. Microplastics. They are tiny pieces of plastic small enough to be ingested by the human body. Now the World Health Organization is launching a review into the potential risks of microplastics after researchers found hundreds, even thousands of the tiny particles in many major brands of bottled water. At the moment, there's no evidence that microplastics can harm human health, as our science editor David Shukman reports. An 18-year-old student from Egypt has died in Nottingham 3 weeks after she was attacked by a group of women. Mariam Mustafa fell into a coma after allegedly being sent home from hospital following the incident in the city centre. Detectives say there's no information to suggest the attack was motivated by hate. Our correspondent, thank you. A financial crisis at Northamptonshire County Council has become so serious that it should be abolished, according to a government report. It says that living within budget constraints is not part of the council's culture, and Northamptonshire now needs a new start. The leader of the council has resigned. Our social affairs correspondent Alison Holt looks at what it will all mean. And finally, thousands of pupils around the UK have been taking part in the BBC's annual School Report Day, finding stories in their local area and producing their own news bulletins. The focus of this year's project is fake news and how to spot it, as our Wales correspondent Sian Lloyd has been finding out. That's all from the BBC News at 6. It's goodbye from me on BBC One. We join the BBC's news teams where you are. Bye-bye.